Found a way to come back. We didn't finish in the end. It comes down to 5 or 6 plays. It's 5 verticals and a snap over the head with those 3 points that could have made a difference. Could have been hit 3 points. So but you got to play a lot better defensively, and that's what I told him in there. When you play somebody at home, you got to drive the spike, and we didn't. We were up 21-0 and 21 points, and we didn't get that done. You got to give Coach Browse credit. Him and his staff, they kept playing and doing it. When you play on somebody else's house, you got to get ready to go.
Coach, did you think you were playing good defense there for a while?
Yeah, I mean, whether we got tired, whatever it was, we quit tackling, we quit playing leverage, whether it was the run or the pass. I don't know if it was we got tired or what it was, but we just didn't. I was worried about my new and young corners, and tonight they didn't play as well as we needed to. So we've got to get better. We start back tomorrow, and we'll get ready to go. A lot of football left.
Baylor seemed like an unusual kind of team. You won't see something like that again, though, right?
What do you mean? We'll see that all the rest of the year. Till you stop the verticals, you're gonna see the verticals. So.
What was the conversation on that 4th down, bring the offense out, bring the punt team out?
We were going to try a punt fake. You know, even if we kick it to the 5-yard line, I didn't know we could have stopped him. So we were trying to finish it at home. You know, you go for 2 at West Virginia, you make it, you're a hero. You go for 4th down at the 40, we make it. There's minute 32 or whatever it was left, and you have an opportunity to go down and kick a field goal and you win it. So you roll the dice and you know, see what happens. I also felt good. Their field goal kicker kicked well today, but he had not kicked well before he got to today. And so I felt like if we did anything, we could keep a long field goal and still go to overtime. Obviously, hindsight's a lot easier to do than at the time.
Gary, did you feel like when you had the 21-point lead, y'all were throwing the ball a lot at that point? Would you have liked to go back maybe to run the ball?
You know, yeah, but I mean, you know, everybody complained about when we didn't throw the football and score 58 points. You can't get upset with them. Can't get upset with them when you do it. I mean, it's what you got to do. You know, when you get the ball back a couple times, you still got to go down and score that one more touchdown or run clock off, and you know we didn't get that done. So.
Coach, is it natural to, when you get up 28 points and have an interception return, to kind of maybe breathe a sigh of relief at that point? And do you feel like...
You know, I thought the thing was we got the 2 15-yard penalties on the interception for a touchdown. I didn't think we breathed a sigh of relief. The bottom line to it is that we just gave them a touchdown right back. You got to when you go to somebody else's house, you got to get ready to play, and you got to close the deal. Getting 1 celebration, 1 other 30 yards in penalties and kick from your 10-yard line was not the way to do that. What we need them to do is have the ball on the 20, have to go the length of the field, and do it. So, like I told them, there's only one person I can blame but me. My job is to stop them. We didn't get that done.
What did you say to Art after the game?
Well, the same thing. You know, before the ball game, I told him, you know, I was going to save it until I got here. Number one, I apologize for the situation that happened a year ago. To him, to be honest with you, I had a player kind of threaten me on the field after the ball game, Baylor, over the same situation. But I'm going to go on. You know, I always call it how I see it, good or bad. But I wanted to make sure I waited a year until I got to here to this point, when it was in the heat of the battle, to make sure I told him before the ball game how I felt about the whole situation, because him and I are both later than we are earlier in this career. So I feel bad for my kids, because they played well enough, especially offense. 58 points should be enough to win, and it wasn't tonight. So you got to get ready to play.
Gary, why has this evolved in such a great rivalry between these two schools?
Well, I just think it's 2 private schools. Now it's 52 to 51-7. You're an hour and a half down the road. You know, I think the favorite saying tonight was Gary sucks, which I take that as a compliment, to be honest with you. You know, it's when we played in Utah, when we came into the Mountain West, I wasn't the most favorite person in the state of Utah. If I'm not the most favorite person down here, that's okay with me too.
What did the players say to you?
Oh, I'm not going into all that. It was disappointing. Coach Bennett was the one that broke it up. You can ask him.
Gary, when you look at the stat sheet and see the yards that your defense gives up, are you gonna be thinking, what do I need to do differently? Or do you
No, I'm
still
going
believe this is-
we're playing the same way we do. Guys that are playing where we're good, gotta go make plays. It's simple as that. You're not gonna win very many ball games when you let people throw it over your head. I mean, I've been telling them for 3 weeks. I had a guy playing that plays for the Chargers. I had to tell him the same thing in a game against Baylor, and he learned a lesson. Well, I had two corners learn that tonight. And Jason Barrett turned out okay, and I think everybody else will turn out okay too. But key to it is we got to outscore people, and we'll go outscore people. That's what we need to do. Then we're going to have to go do that if we want to win enough ball games to get where we need to get to. That's why we changed offenses. You could have been in a situation, maybe you were the old offense, we ran the football, didn't score us enough points, but we had less time, but might have been behind. That's what last year was like. So,
What would you,
go ahead.
what would you expect that this loss would do to you as far as the polls are? You lost to the number 5 team by 3 at home.
I mean, 5 and 9, and you went 61-58. Welcome to the Big 8, Big 12, Pac-12 with Coach Leach out there. I mean, it's bottom line is you got to stop people. I feel bad because it's a proud defense, and we didn't play very well.
Were the guys just out of gas there?
I don't know what the problem is. I got to watch the film. I'll watch it on the way home on the bus, and I'll get ready for Oklahoma State.
On the 4th down play and on a couple of 3rd downs coming out of timeouts, you went with the fade. I mean, is that to try to draw the pass interference?
Best player for that is Josh Dotson. So, and if you want, I can't go into what I thought on a couple of them, as far as whether there should have been any flags or anything else. So I also am going to look very closely into the clock management on the 1 second, and I'm also going to look into on their final drive when the ball, everything had happened. So, not blaming anybody, not saying anything, but I am going to look into it.
You mean the officials on that? No.
No, not the officials.
You said you're worried about the young corners. How hard is it to play cornerback in your system?
It's not that, just a redshirt freshman. You're playing against draft choices, a couple draft choices, and you got to go play. Simple as that. I mean, West Virginia's got them, Texas Tech's got them, Oklahoma State's got them. I mean, that's what the Big 12 is about. You got to get ready to go play. You got to go battle. Simple as that. I mean, it's not a secret. You got to go battle.
You don't do anything to protect them, in other words.
Yeah, we do a lot of it. I mean, to be honest with you, 2 of the calls, we were in a deep half, and the half player bites on the inside guy and lets the corner have it. We're in. You shouldn't be able to throw the ball vertical. So it's not just them. It's one of those things where but you had a true freshman playing free safety twice when that happened for 2 touchdowns. And but I'm not, seriously, gentlemen, it's about winning and losing, and we were 3 points short. We got a lot of things we got to get better at.
Javon threw the ball 47 times, and he threw on that 4th down. Does that just speak to how much confidence you have in his play right now?
Well, I mean, that's the way. That's our offense. That's what we do. I mean, it's the defense. The positive, the defense gets an interception for a touchdown. You thought that would have been enough. We went up 21. We got one earlier that got us some points. Started the second half, but you can't play. We for some reason, out of a certain formation they had, we didn't stop the power play, and we just weren't fitting it right. Whether we were tired, what it was, but it was not a good situation. And we've never had problems with that play before in that formation. So
That's not the way you drew up that touchdown, the 2 guys in the corner of the end zone early. You had 2
where they
players
both
that-
fit? No, they were both running verticals. I don't know why they all ended up at the same place. That's not normal.
What did you think was the issue with the clock management at the
I'm not-
at the end of the game?
I'm not gonna talk about it till I watch it. Not just the end of the game, so.
Can you still think about a conference title?
Why not? Oklahoma played in the Sugar Bowl last year, got beat right here the same way. Only they got embarrassed. It was like 40-something to 13. So we're going to go play. It's just like last week. No one even knew. I'm having to tell people who my players are because nobody even was even paying attention to TCU. And now it's because we got beat 61-58. Now our life's over. Neither one was true. You know, the first one was, like I told them, it's you got to be able to handle success. That was my talk this morning. That was my talk at the beginning of the week. You got to be able to handle success. It's a lot harder to do that in failure as a program. And so now we got to go back. We got to get ready to play, and we go back to our stadium where we have our energy from our own student section and all the things that go, and you got to find a way to beat Oklahoma State. Then you got to find a way to beat Texas Tech. If we do that, then we're bowl eligible. And then we go into November, and nobody sitting in this room, I promise you, thought we would have a chance to be 6-1 if we can pull that off. Nobody in this room. So we're going to keep battling.
Let's do 2 more questions, guys.
Were you told anything on that, the touchdown reversal, where you ended up kicking the field goal to Porter? Were you given any explanation on what the reversal on the call was on that?
It was out of bounds, and it was a pass interference. So,
Last question. Okay, thanks, Coach.